Which is better, high-pressure steel tanks or low-pressure steel tanks? How many people like low-pressure tanks? Half their hands will go up. How many like high-pressure tanks? Half the hands will go up. Okay, so it's a 50-50 split. Let's say. I don't know. I don't have the numbers. Now, you want to get into trouble? Which is better? Well, that's the way to start a fight on a dipole, let me tell you right now. Here's the difficulty. Neither one is better. Just as a blue snorkel is not better than a black snorkel, neither is a low pressure better than a high pressure. Now, you may disagree, because of course you have high pressure tanks and you think they're better. You guys may disagree too, you see? It's the way it works. It's very much a personal choice. I have read everything. I have used both. I have sold both, serviced both. And after all these years of all that exposure and talking to people and reading all kinds of opinions from everywhere, it's really very much a personal choice. What are the differences? Well, and don't say one's higher pressure than the other. That's quite obvious. This is a 3442 PSI steel tank. I believe this is a 100. And now the same thing applies to the low pressure tank. This is a low pressure tank. And this particular tank is filled to 2400 PSI, 2400. 2400, that's almost 1,000. It is, it's more than 1,000 PSI less. Why would you buy a tank that has less air in it? And it has about the same capacity. There are various reasons for that. Now you can go online, punch into YouTube, low pressure or high pressure tanks. Punch in, which is better, low pressure or high pressure? And you'll get all kinds of opinions, all kinds of them. The bottom line is that there is no real big difference. Some people like a low pressure tank for a variety of reasons. One of the reasons is that they can get it filled easily. Every dive store can fill this tank to its full capacity. If you have one of these tanks, a high pressure tank, which typically, this is quite typical, there's other ones, other pressures, but typically 3442, some dive stores can't fill it. Some dive stores are struggling to fill to 3,000 PSI. Not so many anymore. Beyond 3,000 PSI can be a problem. Point is that you may not get as good a fill. That's right. If you have a 3442 versus a 2400, you can always get a good fill with this one. That's one reason alone. There are also differences in weight. Yes, you may find that one of the tanks is easier underwater than the other, easier to carry around on land than the other, which is a personal choice. It's a personal choice. It has nothing to do with which is better or worse, you see? Bottom line is that there really is no concrete difference in practicality between the two tanks, all right? Now, I want to touch on one more thing. A lot of guys out there using steel tanks, my personal opinion, say, oh, that's no problem. It's a steel tank. We can overfill that. We can overpressure that. Not a problem. Get a lot more air in it. So we get a low pressure steel tank like this. It's only rated, stamped right on there, 2400 PSI, but it'll take a lot more than that. You can easily put in 3,000 and get a lot more air into it. Yeah, you could probably do that. And you can drive on bald tires in the wintertime too. And sometimes you'll get where you want to go. My point is, no, not safe. Get the tank that does the job for you. Don't compromise and get a tank that won't do the job and then compromise on safety by putting in too much air. As a matter of fact, these Faber tanks, I guess this has been quite a problem. These Faber tanks, both of them say right on there, do not overpressurize. It's just that simple. Now the manufacturer says, do not overpressurize. The manufacturer. This is the guy that made them. He's the guy that hires the expensive engineers to decide how thick, what material, what alloy, all that. He's the guy that designed and made them. What does he know? Ignore that. Yeah, fill it up. It's entirely up to you. But it's not smart. Okay, guys, just a very, very short discourse. I hope this generates some comments. Okay, let me know. What's the difference between low pressure and high pressure steel tanks? Tell me what you think. Okay, take care, guys. Alec, Peirce, Scuba Tech Tips. See ya.